What is going on, everybody? This is Mike Williams from Cartoon Universe, and wanted this little quick Steven Universe discussion about the watery waifu, the Blue Bay herself, Lapis Lazuli. I feel like she's not been getting a lot of attention lately. She's been kind of overshadowed by the crazy reveal that Pink Diamond was Rose, Rose was Pink Diamond, whatever, however you want to say it, and that's been kind of getting a lot of the attention. And I feel like Single Pale Rose has been getting a lot of the attention, and that was an amazing episode, but I think Can't Go Back got a little overshadowed by that. It's beautiful, beautiful storyboarding, beautiful scenery. It was just amazing. The character expressions, the animation, and some of the best that I've seen in this series for sure. But it was a great episode. But what's up with Lapis? We know last time we saw Lapis, she ran away again. Initially, she was feeling, kind of remorseful. She felt like she made some mistakes, and she was like, I can't go back. And he was like, nah, it's all Gucci, God. It's all good, dog. Like, just come back. It's all good. And Lapis was like, yeah, maybe you're right, dog. I'm tripping. And then Steven made her panic, and she completely did a 180. And she's like, nope. I'm out. All right, screw this. You guys, screw you. Screw Earth, screw the diamonds, screw all you, screw the barn, leave the barn. I'm out. I'm going somewhere really far away for sure this time. I am not getting caught up in this nonsense. Obviously, she overreacted again. A lot of people were disappointed by that. Kind of felt like it was kind of a reversal of the character development that we got beforehand. But, and I would kind of agree with that, but I think if she had just had a little moment to pause and think about her actions first, and then kind of get emotional and leave, I think that would have been a little more realistic. But it still is within her character to fly off the handle and be sort of a hothead and just kind of dip. It's completely within her character. So the big question is, where is she going? What are they going to do with her for the remainder of the series? Obviously, I think right now we're not dealing with Lapis. We probably won't deal with Lapis the rest of the season, or maybe till season 6. If we do deal with her in season 5, it'll probably be later half of season 5, because right now we're kind of dealing with the huge fallout of the Pink Diamond is Rose reveal and how the characters are going to react to that. And we're probably going to have to find Sapphire somewhere. She probably ran off somewhere on Earth, and we're going to have to go on a whole journey looking for her. So I think we're going to have to deal with the fallout of that first, and maybe some other stuff in between. Who knows? Don't want to say too much, but overall, I don't think we're going to be dealing with Lapis right away. But how are they going to implement her into the plot? So obviously, we know she's probably not going to Homeworld. She's probably going to somewhere secluded. She doesn't want to be involved with any wars, any violence, any conflict at all whatsoever. So no colonies, and maybe not even any other civilized planets, because even if she goes to a planet that has intelligent life that's really peaceful and nice, which is possible, there may be this thought in the back of her mind that, oh my god, what if the diamonds colonize this planet and then I won't have a home again? So it looks like she's really just gonna completely seclude herself from everything, so she could just not be involved with anyone or anything at all. So that's probably where she's gonna end up going. It's possible she runs into the off-colors either on some other colony or that yellow diamond colony that was mentioned before, or potentially in the ship itself. But the only thing with that is, and it would be very ironic for her to go with the off-colors and then they eventually just land back right on Earth and she just shows up, and that would be a really great dramatic irony for Lapis, and just gonna have to deal with the problems head on. But I don't think that's gonna happen. And I don't think she would stay with the off-colors, knowing that the off-colors and Lars are actually fugitives of the law from Homeworld. That's completely outside of her character. So I don't think that's going to happen at all, unless she just, falls in love with Fluorite and becomes a fusion of Fluorite, which would be very interesting considering the whole Malachite situation. That'd be a nice little reversal there. But I don't think that's going to happen either, but I suppose it's technically possible. What is the main question that we need to be asking here? Obviously, where is she going? That's really anyone's guess. It could be any planet in the cosmos. The main other question is, how is she going to react when she finds out that Steven is Pink Diamond? It's totally possible that Legs from Here to Homeworld has to relate to Lapis, even though it says Homeworld, but maybe they find Lapis along the way or something like that. People have been speculating that the leg ship of Pink Diamond was seen in Lions 4, and that's what this episode's going to be about. We're obviously going to get some sort of space stuff happening eventually. Maybe there's some big revelation in the midst of this new arc that kind of connects to Lapis in some way, or maybe Lapis might have the answers to, so they have to go and find her, track her down somehow. That's definitely possible. Maybe it's through Peridot. Maybe Peridot misses her so much they just really want to find her. That's also a possibility. But regardless, eventually, I think Lapis is going to find out that Steven is Pink Diamond. This is going to be hugely earth-shattering for her, no pun intended, because Lapis hates the diamonds. She hates the diamonds with the passions. She's absolutely terrified of the diamonds. So if she finds out that Steven is technically a diamond, it might change her whole view on him, because we know Lapis throughout the series has been sort of neutral in a sense. She's been kind of selfish. She's always had a fondness towards Steven for helping her, but that's been pretty much it. And Peridot obviously did, kind of grew close, but they only grew close because they were kind of forced to, and Lapis was just kind of open to the idea. But overall, Lapis never really had a deeper connection or relationship with the other gems for the most part. She just kind of did what she thought was in her best interest. I mean, when you look back at her reveal, she was the first other gem that we saw, and she was sort of an antagonist. Understandably so. She was treated pretty unfairly, but she was kind of an antagonist of sorts, because we see her attack the crystal gems, and then she literally takes the entire ocean of the earth for her own selfish gain, and then she, casually just tries to drown Steven and Connie, a 14-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl. She just tries to drown them to death until they die of death. So it's clear Lapis is capable of some pretty messed up deeds. We saw that she was sort of using Jasper to get out her own aggression, and she clearly still has a lot of pent-up aggression. And if she finds out that someone she really trusted, and she's already a very not trusting person at all, very hard to trust anybody, if she finds out the person that she trusted the most, it's actually a diamond, which she swears is her sworn enemies, I think this could push her off the edge and lead her to become a greater villain of the series. And I think that'd be a very interesting standpoint, because this is someone that we actually care about. It's someone that was actually on her side. And it would make sense because she was one character that never truly announced that she was officially a Crystal Gem. Peridot had, but Lapis never did. Lapis was always sort of ambiguous, and I think this fits into her character very well. Now the question is, how do they do this? How do they make this a conflict? Obviously the big conflict is they don't want to hurt her too much, because she is technically a friend and she once was an ally, but the issue is they could easily take her if they fuse. That's really the main problem. But we do know she's super powerful, so she'd already be hard as it is. She took all the crystal gems by herself, and that wasn't even her real form. She was just using water to basically body the crystal gems, even Garnet, who has been proven to be stronger than, the likes of Jasper. So obviously they would need the fuse in order to beat her, but how could they do this without it making so it's an easy fix? Because all they would have to do is fuse into literally any other fusion, whether it's Opal or Sugalite or Alexandrite or Smoky Quartz or whatever, could probably take Lapis in a fight. So I don't think that's going to be the main issue. The main internal conflict might come from A, the fact that she was once a friend, and B, they might use different characters. Maybe they use the off-color ship to find Lapis. Maybe it's the off-colors and Steven and Lars that have to deal with Lapis. Maybe Peridot is joining on this trip. That would make sense character-wise. Maybe for some reason, maybe the other crystal gems are not joining on this galactic adventure, and it's just Steven, the off-colors, Lars, Peridot, and maybe Connie thrown in the mix, because I don't think Stevonnie would even necessarily be able to take Lapis because she's just that strong. From what we know, the off-colors aren't really fighters. Fluorite certainly is not fighting anybody. Despite being a fusion, she's really slow and gentle. Rhodonite is really afraid of everything, clearly not a fighter despite being part ruby. The Rutile twins obviously don't seem like fighters. Pavracha is essentially useless. And Lars could fight, but is he going to take Lapis in a fight? No. So this could actually make for an interesting conflict. Maybe Lapis, she actually goes and attacks Steven. It would not be the first time. Or something along those lines. I'm not really sure, but I do think it definitely is an interesting proposition, and I would definitely be down to see Lapis become some sort of main antagonist, or at least secondary antagonist of the series. I think that would lead to a lot of interesting character moments and a lot of cool development. But what do you guys think about this possibility? Do you think Lapis could potentially become a villain of the Steven Universe series, or where do you think she went? And if you don't think she's going to become a villain, what do you think is going to happen to her? And how do you think she's going to react to Steven being Pink Diamond? Let us know in the comments down below. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we're talking about more Steven Universe and other cartoon goodies. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Mike Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.